back.
It's been a long time since I called out anybody, Rich.
You said what?
It's been a long time since I called out anybody.
He said since you called what? That nose in the back.
Since I called out anybody.
Oh shit.
I feel like doing it tonight.
Who pissed you off?
You know them and I know them.
I mean, we know a lot of people, but just text me if you don't want to say out the name and shit. That's what I'm gonna
No, I'm
say.
gonna say it on here, but I feel like calling them out. You know,
Hey, do what you gotta do. Christian, Mike, Q, what's up? Christian said, "Why does it sound like it's that's tries AC? He just closed."
Stop bitching about the sound, nigga. You ain't here for that. You're here for the review. You act like you paying this to go live and shit.
Y'all funny, man. I tell you, I never thought I would be reviewing this album.
I don't know why you doing it, because you can't stand this nigga.
Well, like I said before, I don't always. Unpredictable. Just because I don't like an artist, if it's an album that's worthy of to be mentioned and talked about, I won't mind talking about it. You know. Plus, like I said, this was playing way before he got booked for drunk driving. Just letting y'all know. They talking about, oh, y'all trying to capitalize off this. Just like, nah, nah, nah.
Red, Mike, what's good, yo? How they doing? Cop 5 is official.
Cop 4 hasn't even been out a whole week, and then also y'all talking about Cop 5 and
It's
shit.
doing well. I don't know. It got mixed reviews, but I love the review that we did. So I guess they're moving forward with it.
I feel like they planned this way before, to be real with you.
Yeah, I would hope, because they can't wait another 40 years to do that shit. What you mean tell Reg? You nigga, you on the live stream. Tell him yourself. What am I, the messenger?
Tell me what, and why am I talking like I'm not
Tell
here?
Reg it's controversial to him. The album is my favorite besides the whole Prince shit.
Who gives a shit?
This is my favorite Justin album. So why is that controversial?
Who gives it? This is actually my favorite Justin. This is actually the only Justin album I like all the way through, but
Oh,
there are some flaws in it. I want to talk about it.
yeah,
There's
it
like
must
two.
be on Blu-ray soon, man, because it's already on Netflix. What is that? You act like Rich can't see the chat. Like, we see everything y'all say.
That's why every time I be on live, everybody just be hitting me up like left and right, left and right. I'm like, guys, I'm on a live, and I can't read
Tell
everybody's
Reg
message.
is controversial. Reg even doing a Justin review is controversial in itself. Because he don't like this nigga. It's like, that would be like me doing a Nelly review, and I don't like Nelly. So why would I do that?
Hey, this channel is unpredictable. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't even remember that whole Prince thing that went down. I heard about that after he passed away.
I knew about that when he was alive. We'll talk about. Honestly, I love Prince, but I feel like the audience made a big deal out of it. But we'll talk about that.
Like you're making a
We'll
big deal out
definitely.
of it. Cat
Like
Williams
who?
talk shit about Michael Jackson. Nobody stopped. That ain't stopped nobody from checking out Cat Williams stand up.
Right. Everyone has an opinion and shit. It's all about fucking opinions about people. But you know these people these days.
Not everybody like Prince. Newsflash. Okay, that's just what it was. If Justin didn't like him, then Justin didn't like him. That has nothing to do with my views on the artist. When Biggie was alive, not everybody liked Biggie.
Yeah, not everybody liked Tupac when he was alive.
Exactly. Not everybody gonna like shit. It's okay not to like something, folks. It's okay. I know the internet taught you all that to we gotta like everything. Be different.
Hell, let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something. Because I'm a hip hop head to the fullest. But what hip hop head bumps this shit? That's all I'm saying.
Our taste is not that off, Christian. If it was, we wouldn't be here doing these reviews for 7 years. We have similar tastes. That's why I fuck with them. Only thing we differ in is the rock music, but everything else we like the same artists.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he likes the Talking Heads albums as much as I do so far and shit like that too. Because I was like, I don't know how Tri's gonna feel with these cats, but we agree that they were acquired taste. So
With who?
Talking Heads,
Oh yeah. I like some of this shit. You know.
yeah, I like some of Linkin Park shit. I'm not a
Right.
big fan like Try is, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, but I fuck with them.
And that is okay. You don't have to like every damn thing. There was a
Right,
time when people didn't like everything and they had their own opinions, and the world was a better place. Nowadays, with social media, everybody must like the same thing because if you don't like the same thing, something's wrong with you. We gotta we
shout out to
gotta
Mike.
change that mentality back to the way it was. I'm not gonna
I
like
agree.
everything. If I don't like
Hell, there's a
heavy
lot of hip.
metal, mean that heavy metal is shit. I just don't care for it.
Exactly. Hell, some of the artists I like now, I didn't even like them like 10 years ago. It's just evolved taste. So it's shit like that. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? A
right,
lot of people might be surprised. I wasn't a Prince fan at first. People might be
right.
surprised about that. But then
My introduction to Prince was Purple Rain 40 years ago. I had to go back
my
and listen to
introduction
everything
was
else.
my introduction was 3121, believe it or not.
See? And you
Whoop.
went back and listened
Stay
to everything
tuned.
else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Same with Michael.
I
My
was
introduction to Michael was Spiller. I had to go back and listen to the Jackson 5 stuff.
I think the first MJ song I heard was Beat It. I think. Either Beat It or Rock With You. One of them songs.
It's like they look at you like you weird because you don't like everything that they like when they're the weird ones.
Yeah, Chris, if you're talking about Sade, Culture Club, Loose Ends, if you're talking about that Sophista pop, then hell yeah. That British R&B pop, that's what you're talking about. I know what it is, Trish. You talking about it's a job.
I love New Wave.
Who's your favorite new wave artist? I know you like Duran and shit.
Yeah, they good. I like Duran Duran. Culture Club. That's like one of
Yes.
my favorites. You know, I don't know if I would call Spandau Ballet New Wave.
I say they more Sophista pop, but
Okay. Yeah.
depending on the song, because they are R&B, Sophista pop, new wave. Cause that
Right.
true song, I call that an R&B song. I don't give a fuck.
Yes. Yeah, it was. It was definitely.
Yeah. Hell, Tears for Fears. I
Here's the
say they
fear. Yeah.
more new wave, but with a tendency for pop R&B.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody wants to rule the world. That
Yep.
vocal that lead singer was doing, it has more of like a R&B kind of feel than the new wave kind of feel, if that
Right.
makes
The
sense. And then
Eurythmics. I like the Eurythmics.
Simply Red, you got to
Simply
mention
Red.
Simply Red.
Yes.
I feel like Mick is one of the best soul singers. I don't give a fuck if he's white or not. One of the best soul singers ever.
Devo. You
Yeah,
know. I don't
I'm
know
not a
if
big
I would call
Devo.
the police. I don't really consider the police new wave, but they're supposedly considered in that category too.
To me, the Police, they were new wave, but they were like, it's kind of weird though. They were like pop rock with the punk and new wave tendency, but with
Yes.
the reggae influence, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Definitely.
Because I felt like their new wave shit was like their first two albums, but every album after the second one, they got more experimental. Their Synchronocracy was
Right.
more like the pop rock with the little. To me, that was like all the albums they did up to that point. If that makes sense. I need to get that. I need to get that sequel now. All these years, man, I fucking slept on that shit. I'm just like, that's when the album. I'm just like, damn, man. And it's like the police is actually going on. Now I see why niggas like this group and shit. I was like, okay.
Right.
You know me, I was not the big fan of the police like that. I was like, I don't like these white people calling themselves the police. It's kind of weird. But anyway, I'm gonna say a couple more people. Ray Sean, what's up? You said Simply Red. Yeah, you did a review on the Life album, if I'm not mistaken. I have to catch up on your reviews. Be real with you, Ray Sean, because I know you and Mike be killing that shit. Um, you talking about that group that made that song "A Flock of Seagulls"? I ran so far away. Oh, they were the first act on Jive Records? I never knew that. Wow. Okay. Wow, okay. Interesting. I never knew that. But without further ado, I'm ready to start whenever you are.
So,
What's up, you two? How's everyone doing this lovely, lovely, lovely day? This your boy Reg in the building. You know what I'm saying? Doing my thing as always. Got my homeboy Try in the building with me. How you doing, Try? So today's review, a lot of people might be looking at me like I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying? Wait, do you have this album?
Yes, I do.
Okay, perfect.
Do I?
So, of course you do, because you're like this number one fan and shit. But we're gonna talk about Justin Timberlake's second album, Future Sex Love Sounds. Yes, you guys heard me right. This album. Oh, he got both editions. Oh, excuse me.
Well, one is the Best Buy edition with the bonus track.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, you can talk about the bonus. I didn't have time to listen to the bonus tracks.
There's 4 bonus tracks, but there's only one on the Best Buy edition, and then like on the European edition is like the other tracks.
Got you. Okay, bad. All right. So this album came out September 8, 2006 on Jive, which is under Zamba Records. Singles this album came out with was "SexyBack," "My Love," "What Goes Around Comes Around," "Summer Love," "Love Stone," and "Until the End of Time." Producers include Justin Timberlake, Timbaland, of course, Danger, Jawbreakers, and Rick Rubin. On guest appearances include T.I., Timbaland, 3 6 Mafia, and will.i.am. All black. Anyway, so you guys should know who Justin Timberlake is. I know you and Eric and I did the Justified review.
Eric was your man.
I think he came late. I think he came for entertainment.
I don't even remember that one.
I know I did the review because everyone was trying to tell me, "Oh, I can't do the review because you don't like his ass." I was like, "Nigga, don't tell me what to do."
Why are you doing it?
Because I'm a reviewer and I give my honest opinion. Why don't you understand that?
And you want to talk shit about the white man, of course.
Hey, if that's the case, that's the case. If Daryl Hall did an album like this, I would talk shit. If Sam Smith did an album like that, I'll talk shit. Let's not act like I just talk shit about Justin Timberlake because I'm bored and shit, nigga. Like,
I think you are.
I just came back from vacation and shit, so this is the shit I do. So all right. So after the release of Justified, pretty much he was touring and everything like that too. You guys should know him and Britney Spears broke up and everything like that. I'm not really going to talk about that whole saga because people talk about that shit many times. Yeah, I can go to different YouTube videos for all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So he also made history in 2002 when he was actually the first celebrity to actually appear on Punk'd. And you guys remember that episode when he was crying like a bitch and stuff like that too, you know? But the best known thing he was doing in between the Justified and Future Sex Love Sounds was in 2004, February, where he infamously appeared on the halftime of the Super Bowl 38 with Janet Jackson. And the whole wardrobe malfunction happened. You know what I'm saying? And Janet got scrutinized.
It wasn't his fault. He ain't got the titties. That's Jenny. That's all on Jenny.
But who ripped
She
off the clothing though?
Bustier or
Who
whatever.
ripped off? Who ripped off the clothing though? Who ripped off the
Yeah,
clothing though?
but she's supposed to know where the zip is at and whatever the fuck she was wearing.
Oh, I
It's
don't
both
want to
they.
talk
It's
about
both
that
they
because that's
fault.
gonna be a
It's
whole.
both they fault.
That's gonna be. That's gonna be a whole discussion,
The,
and I
the,
don't. I
the
don't have
most
the energy.
overblown nipple slip ever in history, and you barely got to see shit. They made way too much
You
out of it.
really did. You really did see shit. To me, we only
Yeah,
saw
I
shit
think
after
I watch the Super Bowl
CNN.
every year. I remember watching it. I'm like, I didn't see shit. I had to go back online. I'm like, did she actually show a nipple? Because I didn't see nothing.
I saw more shit in Madonna's Super Bowl performance than Janet's. To
There,
be real
there
with
was
you.
more shit in Madonna's sex book than what Janet showed. Trust me.
Exactly. But anyway, but yeah, while Janet was getting scrutinized, and Justin Timberlake really didn't do a damn thing defending her, but he won a couple of Grammy awards. He won. Sorry about that. Excuse me. He won best pop vocal album for Justified. You know how we do. We got to go see the recipients for that year because I'm
Justified is
kind
so
of.
good.
He beat Christina Aguilera stripped. What? Okay, I'm
That was
already
a
having
good
an issue.
album, but
That
Justified
should
was
have
a good album.
won. That should have won. That should have won
Hey,
because
she got her
that
Grammy.
beautiful.
She got her Grammy for that. It went like 8
Okay,
million.
yeah, she got a Grammy. She got a Grammy. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Her best album to
Then
me.
back to basics for me, but we'll talk
Back to
about that.
Basics was good, but I think Stripped had like the bigger songs on there.
It did. It did. All right. Then we have George Harrison, Brainwash, which I think that was actually his last album before he tragically passed away. I've never heard that album. We got Annie Lennox with Bear, another album I've never heard,
You know,
and Michael McDonald with his Motown cover album. I think that was his Motown cover. Yeah, yeah. Which I've heard that years ago. A lot of songs I've heard like in passing. So I mean, I guess he's the most valuable choice, but I'm more for Christina fan, but that's another story. He also won for best male pop vocal performance for Crimea River, a song that I hate, but let's see who won that. Recipient, excuse me. George Harrison, Any Road, never heard that. Michael McDonald, Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Eh. Sting, Send Your Love, never heard that. Warren Zevon, Keep Me in Your Heart. I guess he does deserve to win that. Okay, well, I'll give shout out what props is due. I guess. I mean, hey, and so he also took a break from music. He was doing some like acting and whatnot too. He was on like Alpha Dog, Edison Force, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Then fast forward to like 2005. He was getting ready to work on this album right here and shit too. Well, excuse me, like 2005, 2006, he was getting inspired to work on the album again. And he originally wanted people like Rodney Jerkins, Rich Harrison, to help him on this album and stuff like that too. But then, of course, he had to have his partner in crime, Timberland, come to the project and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's kind of interesting too. Um, it's kind of interesting too because all the talk about Prince. Prince was actually in the studio. I think, if I'm not mistaken, um, Prince sent them some songs and shit like that for this album and stuff like that too. Where I don't think, of course, didn't really make the cut, but I just found that out when I was researching the
he has
album.
a song on here that sounds like a Prince cut.
He has plenty of songs on here that sounds like a
But
Prince cut.
what is the beef exactly with him and Prince? Because I don't remember hearing no shit about that.
Okay, well, I was going to save this for the sexy back, but I'll just reveal it right now. So,
Okay. Well, say we did.
pretty much, well, okay, because it's the second
I
track.
don't know. I don't know what the beef with because I only heard about that when he did the Super Bowl halftime performance in Minnesota that year. That year that the Super Bowl was in Minnesota, and he I think he dedicated the song to Prince or whatever. And people were saying it was fake because he had beef with. I'm like, I didn't hear about Justin having beef with Prince, so this is new to me.
Yeah, it was news at the time and stuff like that. It was news at the time, but yeah, I'll save it for when we get to what's the song, "Sexy Back" and shit. But But yeah, you already showed the liner notes and everything like that too.
Yeah, I
Okay,
love
bet.
this. I love this album cover with him smashing the disco ball. I love it because when album cover like this, you knew this album was gonna be fire. Ain't no way in hell you gonna have an album cover like this. You smashing the disco ball. The album's gonna be fire.
I mean,
Back when
it
album
is what
covers,
it
man. Not like now when they just put out any old shit.
is. I mean, I've seen plenty of artists do that shit. It's not like he was the first artist to do something like that. I mean, the
I
Clash
know.
had one of the most iconic album covers, London Calling. They smashed the guitar.
Well,
You know
so
who
the
was
pop album cover. Just having Justin shave his head at that, he had a low cut and wearing a suit and then smashing the disco ball. So I knew the
he's not
minute
the first one to wear a suit.
yeah, but he didn't wear suits. Man, be careful. NSYNC wasn't wearing suits. They were wearing fucking Gap and shit like that. It wasn't wearing suits. You know. After he left NSYNC, he had a new style. He shaved his head low, got wearing started wearing the suit and ties and smashing disco balls. So you knew this album was gonna be fire. You know.
Oh yeah,
He looked totally
smashing
different on this album cover than he did on Justify. Justify did look like he was straight out of NSYNC. You know what I'm saying?
I hate,
You stay
I hate
straight out of NSYNC, but this one he was like, I'm a grown man now, so I gotta look different.
I'm a big, I'm a big man now.
You know,
Alright. So this album, the OG version has 12 tracks.
yes.
He has the Best Buy
The Best
version.
Buy version, back when Best Buy was actually selling CDs, it has the bonus track with Snoop Dogg,
Yeah,
and then the deluxe edition has like the other bonus tracks. There's a Sexy Back remix with Missy Elliott. I don't know why you need a remix for that, but there's
I
a
hated
remix for
that.
that. There's a remix for Sexy Ladies with 50 Cent. I actually like that remix. That should have been on
I
the
heard
album.
that one. Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard that one.
And he has a another song called Boutique. What's it called? Boutique in Heaven.
Okay.
So there's other bonus tracks that they make the album.
Got you. Alrighty. Alright, so let's get this shit started with the title track, Future Sex Love Sounds. This one, I'm gonna be real with you. This one was okay. That's where it was an okay way to start the album and stuff like that. The beat had like a more techno industrial kind of feel to it. You know what I'm saying? And it pretty much, got to the point where it's like this was definitely one of the first songs that they've done for this album and everything like that too. And there was definitely a different Justin Timberlake because what I forgot to mention was that he was also going through a writer's block after Justified and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? He felt like he was not going to top Justified or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But this one is like a new, mature Justin. He's actually talking about having sex. Ooh, yeah. So, yeah, he's definitely a grown up man in this song. He wanted to clear the air with that.
This was good. I love the beat for this, the bass line, and just a different tone being set with this album, and even his vocals, like his vocals on a lot of the songs on this album was different from Justified, and it had a dance feel from off the beat. So definitely like this one.
Yeah, I like this one too. Track number 2, Sexy Back. Now, I remember when this song came out, when I was little. I remember when this song came out, and it was definitely something that did not sound like something that was released at that time. You know what I'm saying? And I remember when I first heard it, I did not like it. I'm gonna be real with you.
You didn't
It
like
was
it?
when I first heard it, it was the distorted voice. It was the beat. Mind you, I was like 10 or 11 years old when this song came out. You know what I'm saying? But then over the years, I've actually came to appreciate this track, believe it or not. And I mostly like this song for the beat. Because the beat, it definitely has a David Bowie Berlin period kind of feel to it. You know what I'm saying? Even the way he was singing it had like a new wave, blondie
Bringing
kind of
sexy
feel.
back. Yeah,
Yeah.
the motherfuckers don't know how to
Oh,
act.
okay, okay.
The way that his whole vocals, like for different tracks on the album, he just killed it.
we'll talk about that. Um, but yeah, with the song, he's pretty much talking about he's on his grown man shit. He's talking about how he's that white boy, he's that nigga and stuff like that. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? But it did cause some controversy because, like you guys were asking, what was the issue with Prince with this track? So Prince did an interview and shit like that where he was pretty much saying that how can Sexy be back when Sexy never left? You know what I'm saying? And he did that at like a post Emmy Awards party. But then Timberland had that shock value album called "Give It to Me," where Timberlake had a line where he said, "We missed you on the charts last week. Damn, that's right, you wasn't there. Now, if Sexy never left, then why is everybody on my shit hit? Don't hate on me just because you didn't come up with it." And there's more to the story. So while he was at the Golden Globes, Prince won the award for the song he did for the Happy Feet movie. He wasn't at the ceremony, so Justin Timberlake wanted to accept the award on his behalf. And what he did, he made fun of his height. So he tried to kneel down and stuff like it. Look it up, yeah. And that's pretty much what he did, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of fans did not like that shit. You know what I'm saying?
He did that
And
at the award show.
at the 2007 Golden Globes. And
Wow.
I saw that shit too when it was premiere. I saw that shit. So, and I think they did squash. I think they did squash it before Prince passed away. I think if I'm wrong, y'all can correct me. But that's pretty much the whole story and stuff like that. Honestly, I feel like people made a big deal out of the whole beef, and this is coming from somebody that's not a big fan of Justin Timberlake. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was just hyped up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just petty as fuck. I don't feel like it was
Justin
anything
was wrong.
serious.
Prince is a legend. You don't ever do that.
They
But
that now that part that was
it seemed like
disrespectful.
it seemed like Prince just loved beef. Like you got beef with Michael, you got beef with Justin. Like you can't get out of
Even
it.
I don't believe he had beef with Michael the way we believe and shit like that. I just feel like it was just a competitive that was hyped up by the
But I
media.
mean, he told Michael that he ain't doing the bad video and singing that part in the song.
Yeah, but see, okay, how many other shit was Prince supposed to have been on when he declined? I feel like with that part and stuff like that, they both was at the top of the game. Prince did not want to be doing a song with Michael. Michael didn't want to do a song with Prince and stuff like that too. I feel like people just hype it up, in my personal opinion, because if Prince and Michael didn't like each other, how come Prince defended Michael Jackson in 2000 when people called him weird? How is it that Michael covered a lot of
He
Prince
was weird. That's
songs?
why. Because he was weird.
You miss. How come Michael covered a lot of Prince songs on tour? Like, there's a clip where his band was performing. It's going to be a beautiful night from the Sign of the Times album.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, Prince was supposed to have been on the History album. Michael was supposed to have been on the Batman album.
I didn't know that. I didn't know he was supposed to be on the History album. On what song?
Yeah, I don't know. They were supposed to have done some shit together, but scheduling conflicts and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he
See,
was so busy doing his triple albums and shit at that time. He didn't have time to.
no, he was busy battling Warner Brothers. That's what he was busy doing. So yeah, that's why I feel like it was just a friendly rivalry. Now, the whole 1983 James Brown concert, that's a different story. I feel like that was just an awkward night for all parties involved and shit like that too. But I'm
You
gonna
know who
talk
should
about
have been
that.
the mediator? Madonna. Madonna did. Madonna did shit with both of them. She
Yeah,
should
but
have
see,
been. She should have been the one to squash the beef with him and Michael.
but even Michael didn't care for Madonna like that because they even had a falling out.
They went to the. They go to the Oscars.
That was publicity. That was mostly for publicity because the story from what I read was that Michael, I think, wanted to go to Disney World or some shit like that, and Madonna made fun of him because of that. And then Michael said some shit like she's just disrespectful and stuff like that. They weren't really cool like that. They were just
But
that was just
would have took old ass Elizabeth Taylor over Madonna.
because Elizabeth Taylor was his real ass friend and shit. That's why.
She was his mother. That's what she was.
Chill out. Elizabeth Taylor had that motherfucker's back throughout everything and shit like that. Michael had Elizabeth Taylor's back because Elizabeth Taylor was a child star too. And if you really realize, Michael being friends with Liza Minnelli, Elizabeth Taylor, they were both a child star that went through a lot of bullshit. Michael was a child star that went through a lot of bullshit, so they connected. Hell, Macaulay Culkin too, Manuel Lewis. That's just
And he somehow supposedly was with all of them. So
I'm just saying.
I don't know the Tommy and Prince. So he had beef with everybody. I don't know that.
That and even that was not even like a beef. They dated. They just dated, and I think they had a falling out. I don't think that was like beef.
She probably got mad because he was
No,
boning Vanity and Apollonia and
no,
who
no.
else?
Madonna disrespected Whitney Houston.
Huh?
Madonna disrespected Whitney Houston. Let's talk about that.
She had beef with Whitney. I didn't know about that either.
She said Whitney can't sing. She's and then she was salty. She was salty because the Bodyguard knocked the erotica off the charts or some shit.
It's not gonna stay on there forever. Erotica wasn't even my best album to me, so
That's my hold on. That's that's Madonna's favorite album, in my opinion.
that was
That's
a good album, but it wasn't gonna stay on at number one forever. At some point, some other album would came on along and knocked it out of it.
Yeah, but back to SexyBack. It won for best dance recording at the 2007 Grammy Awards. Well, 2007 Grammy Awards, and he won a slew of other awards too. I don't think you said your thoughts on SexyBack. I want to take up.
This was a great dance song, great first single. You know, the ad libbing by Timbo, sizes on it. You know, again, like this whole album was a dance album. So it's like when you see Justin smashing the disco ball, you already knew what you was in for. And I think this song like embodies the album and what the listener was gonna expect with it. And I loved it. I think it was a great song.
Definitely. All right, track number 3. We are at "Sexy Ladies." I'm gonna be quite honest with you. This is a very underrated song. I don't hear the Timberlake fans talk about, and I don't know why this song was not a single. I don't know why this song was not a single and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. Like, and they put 50 Cent on the remix to it, so I would have. At that time, 50 was hot. So why wouldn't you release it as a single?
yeah. I don't.
I don't know. It's definitely an upbeat dance song and you know something for the clubs and something for the ladies, and I loved it. I thought it was fire.
Definitely. All right. Well, happy birthday, Christian.
I did one there.
All right. Then we have track number 4, "My Love" featuring Ti. This is another cool song right here. You know what I'm saying? This is really when Ti was really getting popular at this time too. You know what I'm saying? And it definitely is like a techno pop kind of ballad and shit. And it's been said that this is kind of like a sequel to Crimea River. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. Um, yeah, this song also won him a Grammy for Best Rap Song Collaboration at the 2007 Grammy Awards. You know what I'm saying? Beating Akon and Eminem, "Smack That," Jay and Beyonce and Jay-Z, "Deja Vu," Eminem and Nate Dogg, "Shake That," and Jamie Foxx, "Unpredictable." Ugh.
Yeah.
I would have given it to "Unpredictable" from Jamie Foxx. I'm gonna keep it a buck,
Over this.
but this, yes, over this.
Great. A classic record.
Unpredictable was that joint though. What you
Yeah,
mean? Unpredictable was that joint.
it was like
Girl, get
that was like his motto.
comfortable. You never done it before. Come on, Ludacris. Come on, that verse from Ludacris. Come on.
He had Ti on here, and Ti was making the hottest shit at that point.
That's nice.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Paper Trail Ti, like what? Come on.
That's nice.
Even before Paper Trail, like what was it? '06. So what was that? Like King was out at that time.
Yeah, King was out at this time.
Yeah. Like King is like might be his best album. Like this like Ti King era. That was he was unbeatable. Who was fucking with him? Other than Ludacris. It wasn't too many. You know. I feel like Ti like he made this like a big hit. Like the beat was already fire, and Ti's verse on here was just great. You know, and he was doing a lot of features at that time too. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you had like the prelude that started before the actual track. And what I like about this album was like Timberland put like different interludes in between the songs before the actual song starts. So it was like an
Some of them
extension
were a
of
bit too long.
uh,
Some of them were a bit too long, if you ask me. But I'm
they
sorry,
were
I
too
didn't mean to
long.
cut you off. Some of them.
I mean, with shit, they that happened a lot. We've seen artists do that where the interludes were too long and they go into the next song, and it's like listening to like a whole nother song. You know what I'm saying? But it's like it's perfect because when he performs this on his tours, the band could play the prelude going into the song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I love the interludes, and he had like the interlude on here, and this interlude you had like Tim and Justin like actually rapping their vocals back and forth, and you know Tim is like, you know, let's put it on cruise control, let me take it to the crib, let me ease this over. So he was like rapping kind of fast, and then Justin comes back, and then
I
you
can
know
see
the
yes.
beat, it goes into the actual song, and the beat comes on, and it's a dope bass line. It's like a real airy type of melody, and you know Justin is singing in his high falsetto, and you had Ti, you know his verse, and he said, you know, I'm gonna do this in Ti's flow, baby. It's always on your flow, God. I ain't gonna lie, I'll fill your space and forget your face. I swear I will. St. Bucks ain't care anywhere I chill. Just being with me in the pair, I will. Loved his flow on that. He's also in the video too, and it was a great song. Like it was a great song. You know, I love the performance he did at the VMAs that year when it came
That
out,
was
and huh?
that was cool too.
Yeah, and that shit was everywhere. Like everywhere they were playing it. That was like one of the biggest songs on this album, and it was just a classic record.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about that. All right, so the next song we got is Love Stone slash I Think She Knows. Um, this was a more danceable kind of track and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It was alright. It was alright. I know this. They were just giving out Grammys for this award because this was a Grammy for Best Dance Recording at 2008 Grammy Awards and shit like that too. So,
It- It's a good
I
song.
mean, it was alright. It's
It's a
not
good
it's not
song.
my
It's a
cup of
good dance
tea.
song. Now I don't know. Well, I feel like any of these songs could have been singles, but there's some songs on here that should have been singles that wasn't. But this was one of the singles. There's a video for this also. It's a dance song. Like I liked it. The beat was fire. You got Timberland doing his beatboxing sound effects on the song. You know, then the beat switches up because there's like another like interlude on here, and the beat switches up and it goes into like a guitar type of beat when Justin starts singing like the I think she knows part. That's like the name of the interlude, and then there's like some added orchestra strings on it and some pianos. So that part like towards the end of the song, it kind of sounded like a little bit alternative. So it went from
Yeah.
being like a song, and then when the second beat drops, it's like a little alternative um, track. But I liked it. I thought it was a great single.
Respect. Track number 6, What Goes Around. I never liked this song, to be real with you.
What? Are
Never
you?
liked this song.
What's wrong with you, boy?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
was the point of
yeah.
doing this review tonight? Like you just gonna shit on Justin's shit?
Right. It's a review. I'm not gonna like every goddamn song on the album. It's a review.
I want to know. I want to hear your album rating for this album because you don't like the artist, which is surprising that you want to do this review. And one of the best songs on the album you don't care for.
Yeah, I don't care for it.
Wow,
I don't. I
this
don't. I
this is
don't, I don't
one of the
like the
best.
chorus. What goes around comes around and around. I don't like that fucking stupid ass.
That's fire. What you talking about?
It's
You didn't
generic.
like the way you
It's
sing?
generic.
Oh my god.
No, they're like the beat. I feel like the beat was for somebody else, but they passed on it. I'll be real with you.
Like who? Somebody passed on this beat.
I feel like I don't know. This don't. Yeah,
Who would you
I just
give this
don't like.
beat to? That I mean, Timberland. Well, everybody can't make a hit out of a Timberland beat though.
Give it to Nelly Furtado.
Yeah, she would have sounded good on this. So you're saying it should have been for Nelly Furtado instead, or maybe she should have been featured on the song.
No, give it to Nelly Furtado. That's
'Cause
what I
I
think.
think Justin killed it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's what I have to say.
The song is fire. The song is fire. It's one of the best songs on here. Um, the strings on it, the orchestra, Tim's ad libbing, um, the background vocals. It's a well put together track. There's a video for this also with Scarlett Johansson playing. She's playing Justin's. I want to say she's playing Justin's fiance about to get married, and then she cheats on Justin with one of his friends, and then he finds out about it, and then there's like a car chase at the end of the video where she's like running from Justin. He's chasing, and then like her car flips over, and then she dies, and that's like the part where karma comes into play, like what goes around comes around. And I thought it was a phenomenal I thought it was a phenomenal song, and the video goes with the song, and I don't know what Reggie's talking about. Like I could hear Nelly Furtado on this, but I don't know if it would have been as big of a hit for Nelly Furtado like it was for Justin. This was everywhere when this came out. When it came out. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you feature Nelly Furtado, that's one thing. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Let's not act like everything that Timberland only started working with Nelly Furtado on like her latter shit. It's not like he was working with her when she first came out.
Yeah,
You
I
know what I'm
know.
saying? Once he did that, he did the Luke's album for her and Promiscuous Drops. It was a big hit for her, but she wasn't always working with Nelly Furtado. You know what I'm saying? But this was a phenomenal record. I loved it. I think it was one of the best on the album, and I don't think everybody could have made this a hit record. The beat switch, there's a the prelude. There's like a prelude beat on here that was like I said, like I love the prelude beats that he had like in between each song. You know what I'm saying? Because it like either he had the prelude before the actual track or after the song. There was a prelude that would go into the next song, and I think it was great sequencing for by Timberlake.
Understandable. All right, next song, "Chop Me Up" featuring Timberland and 3 6 Mafia. This was a pretty dope track. I feel like this was probably the most 2006 track of this album. To be real with you, you know what I'm saying. Not saying that it's a bad thing, but if you hear this track, hell, even the title "Chop Me Up," you know what I'm saying, definitely. But yeah, 3 6 Mafia, big fan of them. I feel like they fucking killed it. You know what I'm saying? I like the line when Juicy say, "Quit playing games, girl. You got my head spinning around. I ain't gonna check your mobile phone and chase you all over town. I just want to pick you up and take you to a wrestling match. Is it good? Is it good? And have a smack fest. Yeah, pretty dope track.
I love the fact that Justin collaborated with his hometown artists. He's from Memphis, Tennessee, like 3 6 Mafia, and he collaborated on this song. It had like a southern bounce to it. with the 808s,
Yeah,
and the bass line was all over the place, and the synthesizers, and Timberland really hooked this track up for them, and it was dope just to hear 3 6 Mafia on a Justin Timberlake album. This is one of those songs I was talking about that should have been a single. That this needed a video, and DJ Paul and Juicy J, their verse was dope, and it was fire. You know what I'm saying? And then Justin later on, Justin was on Juicy J's solo album Trippy, and I like that song on there, The Woods. That was a dope song on that album. This was fire. This should have been a single.
I gotta re-listen to that.
Yeah, that Juicy J album was
All
fire.
right.
That's came out with bands that make a dance and all that.
Yeah, that track I got tired of that bands will make a dance song. I got tired of
That's
that track.
what? You crazy? That song was
I
good.
like it, but it was overplayed as fuck. Like bands will make. I was like, all right, because like the 3 6 Mafia I like is like 95
Right.
all the way up to 2006. You know what I'm saying? Anything after, it's like with each passing year after Mystic Sounds, somebody was always leaving, somebody was always beefing,
Right.
and I don't know. It's just that even the sound, like once we got to like, I love the Most Known Unknown album, which was
Mhm.
2005. But you can tell that sound was getting more
But I
familiarity.
mean, he was the only one that was still carrying the 3 6 Mafia flag. Like everybody else was gone.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So he still had that 3 6 Mafia sound. Even the stuff he do now, like he's done albums with Wiz Khalifa. I think he said he got like 7 albums coming out this year. We're already in
Yeah, I
July.
saw.
I ain't hear one album yet from him. So
I'm saying. I'm saying.
that remains to be seen. But he was the only one at that time that still had that hypnotized minds sound.
Right. All right. Next track we got is Summer Love. Um. Oh, I just skipped the track. Damn Girl. This was decent. This was okay.
You can't wait to end this
Features
review, huh?
Will I Am. You know, actually, I'm hungry as hell, and I have to eat. I haven't eaten since this afternoon. I made me some good ass mac and cheese. I had to kill. Anyway, um,
Yeah, mac and cheese.
yeah, this was alright, you know what I'm saying. Not only one of my favorite, but it's not like a bad track, so it's decent.
I like this song. I totally forgot about this song. It wasn't one of my favorites, but it was dope. Like, and the thing is, Will I Am is featured on it, and it's produced by Will I Am and Justin Timberlake. Apparently, they had a production duo that I never heard of before called the Jawbreakers,
Yeah,
and they've done. Justin was like he thought he was a super producer also, just like Wyclef. Like he was making production duos with him and Timberland, then him and Will I Am, and the Jawbreakers. They did some stuff for Macy Gray, and they did a song for Uncle Charlie on I think it was like his first solo album.
yeah,
You know, so they were a thing. I don't remember Justin making a production team with Will I Am, but they did some songs on here, and this was one of them. And I thought it was a dope song. It do sound like a Neptune's track though. Like I feel like they were copying what Chad and Pharrell did, what Chad and Pharrell did.
I'm not surprised.
But it was jazzy. You had just your saxophones in there. I just felt like the song sounded too much of a Neptune's beat. Will I Am had a verse on there as well, and Justin singing his high falsetto. But it was a dope song. I just it didn't stick out for me on this album compared to like
Yeah,
other records on here.
you're sure about that. All right, next track we got is Summer Love. This was pretty dope track. You know what I'm saying? I know this was a single and everything like that. It definitely had like that dance, feel good summer feel to it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, not a bad track.
Yeah, this was a dope. They had like a dope break beat to it, and the synthesizers on it. It was fire. Now they actually played this they played this as a single, but it wasn't. It should have been a single too. But I remember they actually played this like on the radio as a single. You know, but it was dope. It was a dope cut. You know, summertime had that summertime vibes. You know, to the song, and I liked it.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it made its purpose right. All right. Next track, Until the End of Time. My favorite track on this album, to be real with you. You know what I'm saying? This was definitely like the quiet storm R&B song of the album and everything. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much just an ode to like, excuse me, pretty much, how can I put this? Just how like and of world disturbance and stuff like that too. All the corruption, and it's kind of like a political track and everything like that too. But to me, the remix with Beyonce, that's the version I kind of go to the most. I feel
Because
like,
Beyonce,
and I'm here to try always. I feel like Beyonce stole the show on that one.
what?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I gotta be real with you. She stole the show on that one.
That's because she put a gun
And
to Timberlake head. That's why. She said, "You gonna let
like
me kill this man."
this might actually be one of the few Justin Timberlake songs I can just go back to repeat on the real with you.
Wow.
So this is a 5 mic classic. This song right here. This is probably the only song you ever hear me say is a classic. Yeah.
The song was good. Um, this
It was
song
great.
for all the shit that the making fun of Prince and all that. This sound like a Prince song.
Thank you.
Like this
Thank
definitely
you.
sounds like something that could have been on Purple Rain.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
This was like a
saying?
beautiful one trip off.
That's why I don't understand the whole thing with him making fun of Prince because you were inspired by Prince when you made this ballad. When you hear that beat,
You want
that's
to
a
be like,
Prince.
okay.
When you hear that beat, that is a Prince beat. It's almost like Prince produced this song. You should have gave him credit.
This one's for the lovers. The
You know what I'm
album.
saying?
Let me.
It has Prince and the Revolution, Purple Rain vibes all over it. Even the way that he said that
Exactly.
was like Prince. So you was inspired by Prince. So I don't understand that whole thing he was doing. You know, making fun of Prince. I don't get it because he was
See,
inspired by Prince doing this song.
and this is
You
why I
know,
say the things I
the
say
prelude,
about you.
even the prelude, like the prelude sounds like Prince. Even before the actual song starts, the prelude sounds like Prince. You know what I'm saying? The whole set the mood prelude, that sounds like Prince all day. You know what I mean? It would have been nice for him to actually get, if you couldn't get Prince, get the Revolution on the prelude on the track. You know what I'm saying? That's what stuck out to me. Not even the Beyonce remix was cool. You know, I don't, if you feel like she was great, that's cool. I don't think it needed a Beyonce on the remix because I feel like the ballad was already great without nobody on it. You know, but this should have been a single. Also, it was a single, but there's no video for this.
Yeah, it was the
But
last single on this album.
it was the last single. Okay,
He was too
but
busy promoting what goes around it. That's trash.
where's the video, Justin? Where's the video for this? You was too busy getting drunk. Where's the video for?
No, no, he was too busy bashing Britney Spears, saying how she's a bad example, only for his words to come back to
Too
haunt him.
busy. He was too busy forcing Britney to have that abortion. I get it.
Oh yes,
I get it. It's cool. I'm just saying. There's some songs on here that needed videos, like "Chop Me Up" and "Summer Love." Where they at? You know, if he wanted to, he could have did what Jay-Z did with "Streets Is Watching" and do a video for every song on the album. You know, if you feel like you on Prince level, do a video for every song on the album. That's how I'm seeing. That's how I look at it. But it's a great ballad. I don't think Beyonce was needed on the remix.
we'll agree to disagree. Track number 11. You got is losing my way. This is another social conscious song. he's talking about a guy named Bob that's addicted to drugs and everything like that too. But then he tries to find God. This was okay. It was alright. You know what I'm saying? I kind of feel like he was talking about somebody close to him, but I feel like Bob
Yeah,
was
you so much so.
no, he's probably talking about Brittany.
You was talking about himself, and I hope you listen to this song now. Like Timberlake, you lost your way when you got drunk. He has a drinking problem. It's time to go to AA. You know,
maybe maybe you should
play
move.
that song at the rehab clinic. Losing my way. He's talking about himself on this song. You know what I'm saying? He ain't mentioned his name, but in third person, he's talking about himself on this song. And he's talking about being hooked on the pipe and his life is spiraling out of control. That sounds like what's going on with him right now. He lost his way. The album's not doing good. I did a whole fucking video for that album, and that album not even selling. You know what I'm saying? I don't hear nobody talking about the tour.
He lost his
He had marital issues with Jessica Biel. Like he lost his way. We might need a part two for this song.
he lost
You
his
know,
way.
and you could get Will Smith on it because he had lost his way at one point too. Now he's back. You know what I'm saying? So we might need like a losing my way remix with Will Smith.
Tupac, yeah.
I love this song is dope though. I like the song. The Timbo ad libs on it. Timbaland is doing like his own customized sound effects on there, and the beat was fire. And then you got like towards the end of the song, you got like a gospel choir singing. So he tried to like turn it into like from a heartfelt pop song to a gospel song at the end. And there's some guy talking there, but I don't know who the guy is. He does sound like Kirk Franklin. Who was the guy that was speaking on it?
Let me look it up. I'll give me 1 second.
Because like when the choir is singing, it's like a guy talking. It sounded like Kirk Franklin.
Well, didn't he have a porn addiction that year too?
In 06. That was before 06. I want to say.
Oh wow, that was. Well, wasn't he on Oprah or some shit?
Yeah, that was before 06.
Oh wow, I thought that was '06.
I think that was before 06 that we had the issue. Well, shit,
Yeah, that was a Hezekiah Walker.
I had the issue for a long time. We just heard about it in 06.
That was the Hezekiah Walker choir.
Oh, okay, yeah. So maybe it was Hezekiah Walker that was on it. I felt like he needed a video for this also. You know what I'm saying? Especially now, like with the shit that he's going through, we could use a video for this song, Justin. The album gonna be 20 years in 2026, so we need a video for this.
Come on, Justin, smarten up, man. You ain't doing that. It's like you ain't doing nothing.
You know what I mean? Yeah, your album flopping. You might as well go back to this. I'm disappointed. 'Cause I thought the album was fire. I don't know. It's not selling. They're not promoting it.
Hey, that's what he gets.
You fell to the. I think you jinxed the album, Reg. You fell to the Reg jinx.
Who?
I think you put voodoo on the new Justin album.
I ain't got no power. I ain't got no power.
Some type of voodoo. That's the Reg Thompson curse. The album not selling. The tour. I don't even know about that. I ain't hear nobody talk about the tour. I don't know anybody that's even going to that tour.
They probably went. They were just probably on their phones.
Right? They wasn't paying attention.
All right, and the last song we got is another song all over again. That's pretty much what I think about his discography and shit. But this was okay. This was produced by Rick Rubin and shit like that. It's pretty much just his own testimony. Talking about he's not a perfect man and shit like that, yada yada yada. white man guilt. You know how that shit goes.
Well, you should have thought about that before you started drinking. Yeah. I don't think
Mind you, he's a
I
he,
don't think this should be the last song. I feel like he should have ended the album off with "Losing My Way" or with "Until the End of Time." That should have been the album closer, not
I
this song.
agree.
This song, if anything, either you put it up higher in the track listing, like in the middle, maybe track 6, track 7, or just leave it off the damn album. Because some of the bonus tracks to me should have been on the album. Like it was okay. It's a nice little slow ballad. It don't even sound like a Rick Rubin type of song because he didn't do slow ballads like that. So that had to be like co-produced with Timberlake. But I wouldn't have made it the last song on the album.
Yeah, he was already perfect, but hey, he just wanted to do too much. That's what happened.
He didn't feel satisfied on losing my way. He said there's another song all over it. Even the title don't even sound right.
Losing my way. Hmm.
I told you it's
Alright.
the Thompson curse. He put a curse on it.
Ooh. Alright, so overall, this was a pretty dope album for the most part. You know what I'm saying? This is like the only album I can actually listen to front and back. There was like two songs I didn't really care for, like "What Goes Around" and that one with "Will I Am" and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Another song "Over Again" that was okay, but I kind of felt like that could have been a bit higher up on the album. Like the production on this album is definitely what really got my attention. It has a very new wave Brian Eno kind of sound to it, really like a little R&B and pop sensibilities. You know what I'm saying? I do feel like Timberlake definitely did his thing for the most part with his songs. Like I said, I'm not a fan of film like that, but I will give him his props when it came to this album. So I'll give this a 4 mics.
I think this album is great. It's a great pop album. A lot of dance tracks on here with a couple of ballads thrown in. I love the production from Timberland. He was still in his prime at that point. Will I Am, did like a couple joints with Justin. That was dope, and a lot of great records. I feel like there could have been other songs that should have been singles too as well, but he had the joints on here. My Love and Sexy Back were big records. What goes around comes around, and Summer Love until the end of time. It's definitely Five Mics for me. It's my favorite Justin album. Um, I did not like. To me, the only bad album he has is Man in the Woods. I didn't care for that one, and he had production from Timbaland and Pharrell, but it just wasn't good. I don't know what the hell they were doing on that album. They gave him like leftover beats. So that to me is like his only bad album. The new album, I like the new album. I'm surprised it's not doing well, but
I'm not.
his his 'cause of course you're not because you put the spell on him. Gave him a curse. Like you gave him a bad album, the bad tour. He's in trouble with the law. It's like a double whammy all around for him because of you. Hopefully he bounces back from that curse. But this is a great album. This is like one of the best pop albums to me of the 2000s. You know, I stood in line for this album. That's something I never do. Like, there's not too many times where I actually went to the record store on album release date and bought an album. And I went to the record store to buy this album. September 2006. We had a heat wave in New York City. It was like 100 degrees. I stood online at J&O Music World, and that store's not even around anymore. Stood online with everybody else in the fucking heat for this album. So I said, Justin, you better not disappoint me with this. And he didn't disappoint. And I think it's a classic album.
Understandable.
I'm waiting for Reg to. I know you're gonna say something stupid. I'm waiting for you to say it. You're
Say
still in line,
what?
but you didn't still in line for whoever else you're gonna say.
Well, I never stood in line for an album. Never stood in
Never,
line.
never ever.
Nah,
Not even.
never.
Not, so you never went to like go to the record store on release day and buy something.
No,
Oh, okay.
because I know that show's always going to be there for the most part.
Well, I just happened to be in the city that day, and I said the album came out, and I saw like a line. There's like a whole bunch of people standing in line for this album, and the record store was hot. Like they had like a little ass fan, but we had a heat wave that day, and I was like, yo, this album better be fire because I don't stand on line for on album release day for too many albums. Like I've done it before, but it was for albums that I knew was going to be great. And I never bought a Justin album till this one because you know what I'm saying. I never bought Justified. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, yo, this shit better be fire. I'm standing on line in this heat wave for this album, so it did not disappoint. You got to be really special for me to stand on line on album release day. And I haven't done that in years, so this is like one of the few times that I actually did that.
That's a true story.
I think the last time I did that was for Rick Ross Teflon Don, and I was in Miami when that came out in 2010. That's the last time I actually stood online for an album. Everything else I usually get like on Amazon or online,
Facts.
and that was a great album too.
All right. Well, I'm going to end off this video off right here and everything. Few announcements I want to make. Sometime at this week, we are definitely going to finish up the top hip hop groups and everything like that too. I just have to find where I put my list at because I misplaced it in one of my files. So I'll let you know. It's probably going to be maybe Thursday, maybe with the Martian Brochures album. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow at 11 p.m. it's going to be like our artist Sunday on a Tuesday. We're going to do Top Heads. Well, many people say the magnum opus, Remaining Light. You know what I'm saying? This is like their fourth album. You know what I'm saying? This is when they really start cooking and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So really can't wait to talk about this one tomorrow. Also, too, this Saturday we're gonna do the Wayans Brothers retrospective. You know what I'm saying? First show to actually kick off the WB lineup, the WB channel. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Sean and Marlon Wayans. I mean, Mike's gonna join us for that one too. It's gonna be fun. Really can't wait for that one. Also got a surprise movie review for next week. I'm not gonna reveal that until Saturday. So be on the lookout for that. Anything you want to say before we head out?
I'm going live tomorrow at I want to say at 9 p.m. my time with the Hip Hop Junkies, the Hip Hop Jedi's. Shout out to Nostalgic and Boogie and everybody in that group chat. So we're gonna be doing best R&B songs of any decade, New Jack Swing, hip hop soul, Philadelphia sound, Stacks, Motown, all that. So it's just gonna be the three of us on IG Live at 9 p.m. on Nostalgic's channel, Slick Blast Rapcast. If you're on IG, check us out. And me and Reg, we got a video coming, dropping a video on my channel. Maybe later this week we're gonna record it and then I'll drop it like over the weekend. Next week I'm doing a live stream with Rockabash. Shout out to Rockabash. He hit me up, he wants to go live and discuss some things. You know, Kendrick and Drake, and got the Pete Rock and Common album dropping on Friday. Eminem dropping his new album soon. I don't like that new single he dropped. Big Sean, I think it's garbage. I hope the
Who was
album
Big Sean?
like that. He dropped the new video. It's out now with Big Sean and some other dude.
I don't care for that song either.
Bro, what is wrong with these motherfuckers? What is wrong with our old school legends trying to sound young? Like celebrate where you at now in your life. Why are you trying to sound like all these other motherfuckers that sound now? Like
I like that.
We saw Nas on the sixth album run with Hit Boy, and he didn't sacrifice his sound for this generation. Eminem, I don't know what the hell Eminem is doing. I really hope that if this album from Eminem is crap, I am no longer listening to Eminem. I promise you. That'll be it. Because I don't like his last couple albums, and it started with Kamikaze. It's been trash. If this album is bad, I am done listening to Eminem. I'm just gonna listen to his whole shit. So if this is his last album, then good. Retire. Don't come back. Because I don't know what the fuck he's dropping. You know what I'm saying? We thought like I thought with Houdini we was gonna get something reminiscent of the Eminem show, and he's right back doing garbage again. Like what is this fascination with Eminem trying to sound like a young artist now? I don't understand.
We'll see what happens, though. We'll see.
I hope that album is good. If it's not, I'm done with Eminem. I'm telling you, because I'm not about to go through another bad Eminem album. Come on, you know what I'm saying? Like if you don't know who to get for your album, ask your fans because they know. Give me a whole album with Eminem and Alchemist. I guarantee you that'll be one of the best albums of the year.
And
Alchemist came in.
Alchemist said he won't program enough.
Alchemist was his DJ on the Family Values tour. He's done shit on that was it Murdered by Numbers joint. He should have been did an album with Alchemist or at least a mixtape. Anything Alchemist touch is turns into gold. Like give me Eminem and Alchemist. I don't want to hear no other shit that he's dropping right now. It's trash. And his fans deserve better than what the hell he's been dropping for the last 5 6 years. You know, like this whole hoopla of the death of Slim Shady. This is his last album. It better be a damn good last album. Because if it ain't, I'm not listening to him no more. I'm done. At some point, you got to know when to say when and hang it all up. And I love him. M to me is like he's in my top 5 all time. But his albums the last 5 6 years have been garbage. It's not been good. And he has a fascination now with trying to sound young, and I don't understand it. This was a guy that was totally against whatever was out in the mainstream. Totally against NSYNC and the boy bands and Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera, and he's doing the exact same shit that these young kids are doing now. And he sounds horrible doing it.
Right. But
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go live next week. Next Wednesday, I'm going live at 8 p.m. Rocker Bash. We're gonna talk about that shit, and just stay tuned.
All right, most definitely, most definitely. Without that was being said, I will talk to y'all niggas later. Peace, try. Thank you for everything. I'll see you
All right,
tomorrow.
peace.
Peace.